this is something that when we said, you know, it started about a year and a half ago, what if we got everybody on a Zoom and had the artist talking with all the people? It was like, no, it'll never work. It's worked phenomenally well, mostly because Nashville, mostly because of our country artists, because country artists, I've always said this, and if you guys have been, Faith, you've been around for a long time with me, you know that there's no better artists than country artists. And of course, Black River is one of the great recording companies that signed Kelsea Ballerini when I'm sure people said, I don't know, is this, we don't know this. And we soon did, and we got to know her and love her. And that's what country music is all about. And by gosh, is this timing or what? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for one of the most talented people in Nashville in country music today, our friend Kelsea Ballerini. Hello, Kelsea.
Hear me?
How are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. I can't see
well, I
you.
don't know.
I can hear you.
How's it going?
We're fine.
Is it really loud?
Are you in Nashville in the yard? What are you doing?
I'm not. I had to come to California this week for a couple of things, and so
Kelsea Ballerini. She's a country singer.
Yes, she is. Someone's not muted.
Okay. It keeps me humble.
Well, yeah, she's a country. We did not know that you're a country singer. Kelsea, we've got a bunch of your fans here, or as many as we could squeeze into the Zoom room, and they are ready to ask you some great questions. And I adore you. Jane has introduced me to you so many ways, and then getting to see you on stage and all. But Elizabeth Strasco is here with us, and she has her 13-year-old daughter who absolutely adores you, Kelsea. So I'm going to turn it over to Elizabeth and Maggie to ask your questions. Go right ahead.
Okay, amazing.
Hi.
Hi guys, how's it going?
Good.
Where are you guys?
We're at home, chilling on the couch.
Love it. I'm homesick. I've been out here for a week and I'm ready to go home and hug my dog.
I can imagine. Do you want to ask her the question?
Well, so you guys wanted to talk about songwriting, didn't you?
She did. Maggie actually came up with most of these questions. She asked, who or what inspires you the most when writing your songs?
I'm really inspired just by whatever I'm experiencing in life at the time. So like, I don't know, my whole first record is just about like growing up in early love and like all of the magic around that and like the youth around that. And then, you know, the record I'm writing now is about being 20 something and like getting my footing in that and like being married and all those things. I think I'm really inspired by the life that's happening around me. And I've challenged myself to like try to write about like other people, like, and like my friends' stories and things they're going through. But it's really hard for me because to me, songwriting's always just been like this like therapeutic outlet. So I really just write about like my life, which is just sometimes really boring.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the mundane. Maggie, you were talking to us about Kelsea's idol in country music. Is that right?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Speak up.
Who is your, like, who do you idolize?
I have a lot of favorite artists, a lot. Because I like grew up being a big fan of a lot of people. And so I think my favorites that inspired me the most are Taylor, which I'm sure is who you're talking about. And I love Carrie, but I also grew up listening to everything. Like I love all kinds of music. I'm inspired by all kinds of music. So like Kelly Clarkson was a big one for me. Britney Spears in some ways was a big one for me. Like I really grew up listening to everything, but I would have to say if I had to pinpoint one, probably Shania Twain.
Wow. Well, you know, yeah. What a list. What a list. Listen, Kelsea, Elizabeth, and Maggie, thank you so much for your questions. I want to move on to Samantha Jackson because she's been waiting and she's got some questions about looking to the future that you kind of touched on, Kelsea. So Samantha, you're up.
Combination of both of our questions, I guess. How does it feel to be so young and have made enough money to know that you're kind of set for life?
Oh, that's an interesting question. It's interesting. I am not a money-driven person at all. I really don't think too much about that. But I was able to buy a house this year, and my husband and I, we lived in a condo for the last few years, and we bought our first house together this year. And I think that was the first like life moment for me where I felt really proud of being able to have worked really hard the last few years and being able to do such a life bucket list moment at 27. I definitely don't take it for granted, but I try not to think about that. I try to just like make really good music and play a lot of shows, and then if I can buy a house, then that's really cool. But if I wasn't able to do that, then that'd be okay too.
I want to throw in a quick question here. Kelsey, you're going to be here. You're playing with the Jonas Brothers. Are you gonna turn them into a country act? Say yes, and I will love you forever.
Yes, I'm determined. They love country music. I got the call, and I was so excited. I feel like there have been a lot of full circle moments that have happened in the last, I guess, year and a half, and to me, those are moments that are just God kind of telling me I'm on the right path. And one of those is having Kenny Chesney on my current song Hometown, because I remember growing up in Knoxville listening to I Go Back on the radio and thinking how crazy it was that someone that was from the roads I was driving down was on the radio. And just to fast forward to now and have had that full circle, it just makes me feel like I'm on the right path. And same with the Jonas Brothers. Like, it is no secret, I am like a big fan. Like, there's a video of me when I was like 13 that I posted because I was like, this is so embarrassing, but I just gotta share it, where I'm like entering a contest to meet them, and I'm like, let me tell you 5 reasons why I love the Jonas Brothers. So, I mean, it's a really full circle, and I'm really excited.
Oh, as well you should be. Hey, Troy Bells is here. I think their puppy is going to fill in for your puppy, hopefully in good shape back at home. But Troy, you have some questions about Kelsey's future. Go ahead. What's up?
Hi, Kelsey. First of all, I'd just like to say I'm very happy that we're going to be able to see you with the Jonas Brothers this year. We just got our tickets.
Amazing. Where at? Oh, there.
Burgettstown on, I think it's October 6th.
Amazing.
So we're glad.
Sure. What?
What? I do have a question for you. What have you and Morgan been doing through COVID?
He has become like Mr. I'm gonna make a fire pit. I'm gonna dig a hole in the backyard and make a fire pit. I'm gonna hang a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna make a studio in the attic. Like, he's become Mr. Make the house a home. I garden now, and I don't kill the plants.
All right.
It's a huge deal. I kind of learned to cook a little bit, but I mean, not enough to really marvel at. But I don't know. We've never had this much time at home. We've never had this much time together. So we've really just been like hanging and trying to make it feel cozy.
Well, this will be the first time that we've seen you, although we've seen your husband in concert before. He came with Rascal Flatts in 2019.
Yeah, he's so good, and I think he's about to get back on the road too. So hopefully you'll see him too.
Hopefully we'll see you guys together sometime.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So Faith, I'm going to give you the last one. Go ahead and talk to Kelsey. You're psychic because you already brought up Kenny, and I know Faith wanted to talk to you about Kenny. So have at it, Faith.
Wasn't ready for that. You didn't tell me you were going to have me on. At any rate, you called. Can you hear me okay?
A little bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. We heard the story of how you got together with Kenny doing the show, that you had his phone number. Do you have any other phone numbers hidden in your phone, and are you gonna call anybody else to do a duet with?
It's all the time we have.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on?
Here's
The question was,
Okay.
can you hear me now?
a little bit. A little bit.
I feel like I'm yelling into the computer.
No, it's okay. Did you ask me how I got Kenny's number? Because
I read the story and how you had it, and I was wondering, are there any other secret digits that you have that you're going to call somebody else to do a duet with?
Oh God. I have random people's phone numbers. I don't know. I am in this place though where I love collaborating so much. It's randomly become a big part of my career the last few years, and I've decided like I only want to ask people to collaborate if I know them well enough to have their number. Like reaching out to a stranger doesn't feel good to me. I want to reach out to someone that I at least have their number to be like, hey, you can say no. You know, like we're comfy enough where you can say no. So I don't know.
Kelsea, 412-922-1079. Call at any time. We're yours.